Please note, the following episode takes place after an episode which has not been able to come out yet, in order to make this episode come out around Christmas time, which it has. The episode in question is Trucks for Trucking, which has two events which pertain to it. The main event is that Edward derails with a heavy intermodal train. This heavy intermodal train is Solar Shipping Company's containers, and the Northwestern Railway loses out on the contract due to this crash. Edward is also sent to the works. Anyway, thank you so much, and enjoy. Old timer, Christmas timer. It was Christmas time on the island of Sodar. Passengers and people were all wanting to be with their loved ones. Hello, Edward. I'm sorry about your accident. No, sir, it's all good. Anyway, I feel better now. You know, this has been a relief, I guess. Edward, I'm sorry to tell you that this cost us a fortune. We can't keep fixing you like this. I need you to take a breather for not a retirement, but just, can you handle smaller trains? There's a rail tour on the main line on the 24th. Could you do that for me? That would be splendid. I'm so sorry I had to put you in this situation to tell you this, Edward. No, it's fine, sir. Honestly, it's fine. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Edward. Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad, my friend. Merry Christmas, Victor. Edward soon took off with his train to the mainland for the special rail tour. He was happy. He departed the station with glee. Across the Vicarstown rolling green, he was in a jolly mood. Meanwhile, some not so good news was happening on the island. Pip, what's wrong? Emma, I don't think I can do it. I feel like I'm about to break down. Don't worry, Pip. I can take this all by myself to London. I'll get the express over and back. I promise you. Okay, if you say so. Emma was sure about it. She passed by Edward. She was doing fine. However, she also felt, oh dear, what's that? Driver, I don't know what's going. All of a sudden, her engine broke down too. Oh dear, what am I going to do? Edward had gotten the news. I can do it splendidly. No worries, I can do it, said Edward, insisted. Edward was done with his rail tour and he knew he could help Emma to London. It wouldn't be that far, surely. Edward soon coupled up to Emma. He had found her on a side. Everything was ready. They turned around. Edward faced London, and he shuffled on his merry way. They finally reached the station in London which they were meant to go to. We did it. Wow, I wonder where the replacement engine is. Or railcar set or whatever, HST. Edward, you're going to have to take it. Me? But it's gonna snow and all. There's a blizzard coming. You can do it, right, Edward? You're only Edward knew his driver was right. If he did not get home in time, the passengers wouldn't be with their loved ones for Christmas, and they'd spread the news. No one would ever travel the railway again. Edward knew everything depended on him. The whole railway. He couldn't fail. Edward knew he wasn't gonna fail, though. However, that was soon easier said than done. The snowstorm brizzed across all of England. Edward had no clue what to do. He chuffed through one snowdrift. It was pretty heavy. Edward didn't mind. He got through it like nothing. However, the second one was not that good. Oh dear. Oh no. What am I going to do? The final one was bad. Edward slammed into it. Poof! Edward reversed. The snowdrift tried again. What do I do? What do I do? Emma had no clue what to say. You can do it, Edward. I trust in you. I know you can do it. I know so. I know so, said Edward. Edward was wise. He thought of himself. He thought of Rheneas. He thought of many engines who had had similar experiences. Rheneas was able to do it, though this is different. I have to. Edward had to think of a plan. The snow grew thicker and thicker as every second. Edward was able to reverse through. He reversed back and back and back. Edward then. Driver, pull me at full speed ahead. You've got it, old boy. Full steam ahead. Edward zoomed across, faster than he ever thought before. All the carriages rattled across the track. They slammed through the snowdrifts. The snow flew off the rails. Edward the Blue Engine had crossed it. Hooray! Hooray! They've done it. Hooray! We've done it. Hooray! We've done it. Hooray! They passed along. Edward was happy. He knew sonar was soon. Ho-ho! Ho-ho! Yes, indeed, we've done it! Edward was glad. The Vickerstown Rolling Bridge lowered as Edward the Blue Engine crossed back onto the island. Bulgy was laughing. I haven't seen the express pass through. It's gonna be a sad Christmas for the railways. We'll take over next year. All domination. Mr. Hunt, the highway owner, was happy. Those trains won't be able to get through. Just then, he saw something from his office. Wait, what? No! No! This can't happen! This can't happen! No! Bulgy was in shock as Edward climbed through the line. We've done it! Whistles and bells and cheers were heard across the island as Edward passed through each coming station. Yay! Hooray! Hooray! Edward arrived in. He heard the church bells of Knapford Church. Oh, we're almost there! We're almost there! Hooray! We've done it! We're there! Edward pulled into Knapford Station. Everyone was happy for him. Hooray for Edward! Hooray! Hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! All the passengers got out of Edward and cheered for Edward. Everyone was proud of Edward, and so proud that he was able to get it before Bulgy. Bulgy was speechless, arriving to the station very late. Oh, but Edward was just happy to have saved Christmas.